Good morning to everyone. I regret that I cannot be present today, but I do hope that your discussion will be fruitful. Let me participate in the workshop virtually. We all agree that collecting data on people with disabilities is extremely important for shaping the future policies. We also know that while social and employment goals are becoming more and more prominent in the EU agenda, the European semester, the European Pillar of Social Rights, the Social Scoreboard, social statistics on persons and households, which are fundamental to develop and monitor appropriate policies in this field, are still collected on the basis of a number of separate field-specific regulations, and that there is therefore a need to streamline the European social statistics collected from samples, and to make the data collection process more efficient and the statistical output more relevant. This year, I was Shadow Rapporteur on the regulation of the European Parliament and of the Council, establishing a common framework for European statistics relating to persons and households based on data at individual level collected from samples. This new regulation encompasses and streamlines 7 existing surveys in the European Statistical System, ESS. The LFS, Labour Force Survey, the SILC, Statistics on Income and Living Conditions, the AES, Adult Education Survey, the EHIS, European Health Interview Survey, the ICTHH, Survey on ICT carried out in households, the TUS, Time Use Survey. The HBS, Household Budget Survey, with the IESS as single framework regulation, the Commission seeks to establish a common, flexible framework for the collection of such data, detailing the 7 domains in which data should be collected, as well as data sources and a number of technical specifications. IESS will help to better support policy making in general, and social policy in particular, thus increasing relevance, efficiency, and responsiveness, and containing costs. Points of particular importance for us today are collection of detailed information on persons with disabilities, employment, income, and living conditions, including housing conditions and use of care, education, use of ICT, health, etc. The provision of high-quality statistics on inequalities. The target to cover, in the future, populations which are not currently covered, such as homeless people and institutionalized persons. This being achieved in the long term through pilot studies. An obligation for the Commission to publish, in a timely manner, aggregated data on Eurostat's website in a user-friendly way, as soon as possible and within 6 or 12 months of the transmission's deadline. An increased cooperation between national statistical institutes and EU agencies, especially as regards sampling. Allowing thus a substantial increase of the quality of data collected by EU agencies through their own surveys. The provision of high-quality statistics at NUTS 2 level. The IESS also addresses the increased challenges in this area of statistics, rapid innovation in methodologies and uses of IT, availability of new data sources, emerging needs and expectations of data users, continued pressure on available resources. IESS will, in particular, support the European Pillar of Social Rights, which requires a solid evidence base in subjects such as inequalities, skills, access to employment for all, and social protection expenditures, all of which should be better described with sound and timely statistics. This initiative is also part of the Regulatory Fitness and Performance Programme, REFIT. Thank you for your attention.